Warning, this content contains foul language, violence, and gore. Enjoy the story. Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is a new series. I decided, I was going to do it. And, I already have an Android 17 series, so might as well make it 18. So, now the ship option for this is going to be Helena Wayne. Huntress. I'm using that specific Huntress for this story. There's been several iterations of the Huntress because of DC, redoing their little universe constantly. I technically I know of 3 of them, but we're not going to get into that. I've already discussed, what's version of a Helena we're going to be using. Now, Android 18, or, Izumi, you guys picked for a telekinesis quirk. Technically, she really doesn't need it, but give her a variety of, different attacks outside of her, strength and her, energy-based attacks. She's going to have the Infinity Engine. That's already me apart. Now, for ones who don't know what the Infinity Engine is, she can fight non-stop and not get tired. She's going to be a combination between a DNA from All Might and Nana Shimura, All Might's teacher. That the person that gave All Might his quirk. Majority of you know what I'm talking about, because majority of you are Hero Academia fans, so given, What If Deku, pretty much. So I don't really need to go into that, really. Before we get started in our What If, I'm going to be doing the next part after this. Well, I have to think on the story first, then I have to, record it, but of my What If Deku's a Sith Lord. I'm gonna watch maybe 5 minutes, about 5 minutes of the end of the episode to see where I left off. I know Izuku was landed on the Slave Planet, so I'll go from there once I do a little bit refresher on my part. But nevertheless, let's get into our What If. Now, because of the threat of All for One and some outside source. I mean, she wouldn't know about that because, she'll be dead long before Superman arrives, so we won't get into that. Now, Nezu and Nana had an idea to create a last resort in case All Might ever died, or if something came to challenge, something that All Might couldn't handle. As she agreed upon it to give Nezu some of her DNA, Nana Shimura and Nezu talked to All Might about it, as he was willing to give his DNA. It's for the safety of the civilians, so he was okay with it. It took some bit convincing to All Might, but he ultimately agreed, as he gave some DNA to Nezu. But their technology wasn't advanced enough to create this last resort. To create the Android 18 project. Nezu had to put the project on hold for a good amount of years. As time progressed, Nana Shimura died, was killed by All for One. Then the appearance of Superman and some time has passed as they got David Shield on board. Later on, Lex Luthor was interested in this project, Android 18. During one of the meetings between Nezu and David Shield, Lex Luthor has a He has a he has a what's it called? A sister branch of the LexCorp company in Japan. Well, Lex was very interested in this Android 18 project, especially how it could be a deterrent in case Superman ever turned coat to turn on Earth, if he ever turns evil. And he's all about, human supremacy. She's gonna be human, but she's an android. Technically, the term would be a cyborg, but we're not going to get into semantics about the leveling, what Android 18 really is. So in the Dragon Ball Z series, she's an android, but I would label her as a cyborg because she's not totally robotic. She has robotic parts, but yeah, she's not she's not a robot. So we're not going to get into that because she is human as much as she can be. She is going to have a quirk, telekinesis, so you have Android 18 in her containment pod. As the years has progressed, as they haven't activated her. They were going to only activate her when a threat was big enough for them to actually implement the Android 18 project. Sorry guys, give me a second here. AKA Project Hope. As Superman is off-world at the moment, their most powerful being on the planet, immediately when he left the planet, Brainiac took the opportunity to finally attack Earth and take a city for his collection. The Justice League was, as the Justice League moved out, as they're doing their best, but they don't have the physical power to fight Brainiac. Because of Android 18's part, she's human, so Brainiac won't be able to control her technology. I'm going to say that straight off the bat. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do that. So that's not happening. So just let you guys know ahead of time. You have Huntress in Metropolis, as she's taken out several of the Brainiac bots. Dad, we're losing ground here. Understood, Huntress. Understood, daughter. Hold your ground. We just need to hold off until Clark gets back, until Clark returns. Immediately, a diesel truck comes rolling through. Well, not a diesel truck. Let's say some sort of van. As a van pops through, as everyone sees Lex Luthor. What are you doing here, Luthor? We really don't need your problems right now. We really don't have time to deal with you right now, Lex. Relax, Batman. I've come bearing gifts. I'm the one going to be saving your asses today. What do you mean, Lex? A little chimera comes out of the truck, or the van, with All Might. Hello, Mr. Batman. I am Principal Nezu of the University of UA in Japan. David, will you begin the process? Understood, Nezu. What's going on, Lex? Simple, Batman. Considering the man, the Kryptonian, is off-world doing whatever he does. Don't know what he's doing out there, but I knew a day would come, the moment that Superman would venture out of Earth, that some of his enemies would take advantage of the situation. So I've made preparations ahead of time. As everyone sees, a pod being lifted off the truck, as All Might puts it to the ground, as David Shields begins the activation process, as Huntress is, doesn't know what's going on. As David Shield and Lex, they did a combined effort to make the Infinity Engine use both of their technologies. Immediately, the pod door opens up, slides upwards as there's steam coming from the inside as everyone sees a hand on the side of it as 18 finally awakens as her eyes open as she steps out of the pod. She's been programmed to able to use her quirk, and she knows what to do. All she needs is a command. Orders. Creator. Lex simply says, kill. Understood, my creators. Before you leave, 18, make sure you don't hurt any of the civilians. Understood, Creator Nezu. I grabs into Lex shirt. What are you up to? What is that? Who is that? Simple, Batman. That is Android 18. Biological weapon to deal with threats like this. You honestly think I would be You honestly think that I would accept relying on that Kryptonian? Not happening. This huntress, sees 18 as immediately 18 jumps off as she starts flying up to Brainiac's mothership. Immediately, 18 has a destructo disc in her hand as she's flying up. As immediately she tosses it at Brainiac's mothership. Immediately, the destructo disc cuts several of the tendrils off of Brainiac's ship. As that caught the Brainiac's attention as he starts floating out of his little ship. I don't know what you are or what are you doing, human. But I think you've caused enough trouble for me. I will take Metropolis. It will be mine. Immediately, 18 starts to charge up a blast as everyone sees a large, key blast engulfing the sky. As Brainiac is, severely damaged, as he's holding onto his arm, as 18 flies up, as she face palms, as she palm strikes Brainiac, as he goes flying into the ground hard, as 18 charges down with both her hands in the fist extended as she hits him hard, as everyone could feel the shockwave of the pure strength of this girl. Grabs onto Brainiac's head as she pounds his face over and over again. As after each blow, you can feel the shockwave of pressure from each impact. Brainiac noticed that she has technology in her as he tries to take control. As she shoved one of his tendrils into 18. As she grabs it, rips it out of him. As she begins stomping him in the chest over and over again. As she picks him by the throat, as she tosses him into a building. As she slowly walks past several of the Justice League. As she walked past Diana, not even paying attention to her. Brainiac rushed towards 18 as he socks her right in the face. As she did not move from that spot. You can feel the wind pressure from the impact. As 18 just was looking to the side when she got hit, as she just blankly stares at Brainiac. As she places her hand onto his chest, as a burst of energy shoots out of him. As he goes flying further, about to hit a building, as 18 reach out her hand, as Brainiac comes shooting back towards 18, as she kicks him the side of the head. as she reappears at the back of him, knees him in the back. As she sweeps his feet underneath him. As she elbows him in the chest. As he hits the ground hard. As there's a huge impact from the blow. Die. As she has her hands stretched out as the ki blast engulfs Brainiac, destroying his main body. As she flies up, as she immediately starts throwing blitz barrage of blitz barrage of her ki blast as she starts going wild on the Brainiac ship. As immediately the ship, leave Brainiac had to retreat. As he was forced to take one of the spare bodies that's in his ship, as he had to escape with his tail between his legs. 18 flicks her hair out of her eyes as she calmly walks towards All Might and Nezu and, Lex Luthor. Orders. Creators. Stand down, 18. Understood. It's all over Metropolis, as Metropolis seems to have a new protector. As some people are approving of this, and some are die-hard Superman fans, as they believe Superman's enough to protect them. It's going to be a discussion for many years to come. Nezu and Lex Luthor and David Shield, they have a fail-safe when it comes to 18, as there's a bomb implanted into her chest. In case 18 ever go against her creators. Took the road to evil. He walks over to 18. 18, why don't you go and do cleanup work? Gather all the pieces of Brainiac and destroy it. Understood, Master Nezu. Creator Nezu. As immediately she uses her telekinesis as all the pieces of Brainiac that was left, as she uses one powerful ki blast, destroying the remains of Brainiac to make sure nothing's left. This is going to be kind of a pun, but let's get this over with. 18, how old she is? She looks about the age of 18. 18, Yeah, enough about that, but you know what I mean. 18's looking around as she sees some rubble about to fall on the little kid. As she disappeared, as she appeared in front of the kid, as she holds onto the rubble with one hand, as she pushes it out of the way, as it goes flying across the street. It's the little boy, just stares up at 18. As she's like, wow. As you're strong. Lois Lane saw that. As she just calmly walks away from the boy, not really interacting with him. As his mother comes and grabs him. As Batman knows that she doesn't seem to have human emotions so far. As he's definitely going to investigate this project. Whoever this 18 is, he's going to get to the bottom of this. Teen, return to LexCorp. Yes, Creator Luthor. As she flies up, as she heads towards Luthor's corporation. Everyone in Justice League thinking that she's a Kryptonian, but no, she's not. She's pure human. Well, not pure, but close enough. As Batman's like, if this is another Bizarro project, no, I've grew out of that. 18 is not a Kryptonian. She's human. How's that possible? Her strength. Huh. That's me to know, and well, you never to find out, Batman. She is 18 is Earth protector. Superman's old news. He has been replaced. She could do anything that Superman can. She could go anywhere in the world. Any threat. Of the golden age of Superman are done. We're finished here. Dad, what is it, daughter? I don't like this. Something's off. What do you think Lex is after? I don't know yet, daughter. We need to investigate this. 18 flies in Lex's office as she stands right next to Lex's, desk. As finally Lex Luthor returns back to his, headquarters of his, company. As he sits down as, Lex, you did good work, 18. My orders, sir. You're to stay on standby. I already talked to his nezu and David. You're gonna stay in Metropolis for a little bit. To make sure he doesn't return. Understood, Creator. Into the lab, 18. Understood, sir. Shall I, go to sleep? Yes, please. Please do. Understood, Creator. As 18 walks towards the lab, as she gets into an extra pod as she goes into stasis. Elena she walks up to the back computer where her dad's sitting, getting as much as intel on what Lex is planning. Dad, what do you think that man's up to? It's Lex, dear. It can't be good. You think Lex is going to use her to get rid of Superman? That's a good possibility. I need you and Nightwing to keep a watch on LexCorp. Understood, Father. That's Celine, what, sweetheart, where are you going? Father wants me to keep an eye on Lex. He has a new pet, I guess. I really don't understand what's going on. Kind of feel sorry for her. Lex is just using her. It's Lex. That's his MO. Very well, sweetheart. Make sure you be safe. I will, Mom. As she hugs her mother goodbye, as she goes off with Nightwing, and to stake out LexCorp to keep an eye as she's on the opposite building with binoculars. As Nightwing's like, so what do you think Lex is up to? I don't know. Dad believes that it's a good possibility that he's going to use her against Superman at some point. Superman finally returned to Earth as Batman informed of the situation. As Superman's not having none of this. As he rushed over to LexCorp, smashed through the window, grabs Lex by the throat. What are you up to, Lex? Superman, I suggest you get your hands off me, or things about to get very, very messy. One push of the button and you're done, Superman. You Kryptonian freak. Thanks so, Lex. Tell me what you're up to. You're always up to something. What's your end game here? As he's about to pull on pressure, as Lex pushes he has a controller in his opposite hand, as he pushes the button, as immediately the The wall bursts open. Well, blasts open as you have 18 grabbing onto Superman's hand. Or his wrist. Opposite hand as she has her hand stretched out into a ki blast motion. As energy starts emanating from her hand. Release my creator. Or die. Superman's actually feeling pain from her grip. As his eyes widen by her fear of physical strength. Android 18, please remove this Kryptonian freak out of my office. Understood, Master. As 18 immediately deck Superman right in the face as he goes flying out of the LexCorp as 18 follows suit. What exactly are you? My designation is Android 18. You will not hurt my creator. I'll be forced to eliminate you. As Superman sees Lex standing off his balcony, his hands behind his back as he has a grin on his face. Lex begins talking to Superman, and he can hear him from there. You see, Superman? Things are going to change around here. You're no longer needed. 18 will be taking care of Metropolis. You could have, you could settle down and marry a woman, and get married, settle down and have kids. You're no longer needed. You should consider retirement. She's ready to prove herself far superior than you. She made Brainiac run like a coward. Android 18, if he attacks in any way, annihilate him. Understood, Creator. As 18 stares down Superman as Superman finally had to withdraw as he had to stand down. As Lex told 18 to return. As the next day has progressed, as Lex is having a conference with the press, as you have 18 standing right beside Lex Luthor. What's going on, Lex? Who's this? I'm more than willing to indulge you in your question. This is Metropolis' new protector, Android 18. The days of relying on a Kryptonian are over. We should not rely on aliens to protect our world. Unlike Superman, she will be our protector and look after our race in general. But what if this 18 betrays us? I have safety measures already in place. Teen dear, why don't you introduce yourself? Understood, Creator. I am Android 18. I look forward to protecting you. As the press is asking a whole bunch of questions, as cameras are flashing, as it's front page news. Headlines, go to the newspaper. Has Superman been replaced? Can we really trust this Android 18? Only time could tell. The weeks has progressed as 18 began protecting Metropolis. Unlike Superman, she doesn't need rest. She patrols 24/7. Even Batman's impressed by her stamina, her pure endurance. As Batman's been keep an eye on this Android 18. As he's afraid in a minute, but she's doing a lot better job than Clark. her hearing is far superior than a normal human's. Her hearing is almost as good as Superman. I don't think she has that, but that's pretty much how this what it's gonna go. She has an equal amount of when it comes to hearing, she can hear as good as Superman. She doesn't have she doesn't have any other abilities like Superman does, like X-ray vision and shit like that. She's an android. She's not a Kryptonian, but she has superior hearing and endurance from the Infinity Engine. She could fight her she could fight indefinitely. As 18 becomes the poster girl of LexCorp. The news has spread all around the world that Earth has a new protector. Even news hit Japan. That's where we're going to leave it off. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Judge my time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.